Silo Season 3, Episode 2 Review. The episode that changes everything. What if everything you remember about your own life was a lie? What if every emotion, every relationship, every painful memory, and every heroic moment could be rewritten with the push of a button? Silo Season 3, Episode 2, It's All Good, doesn't waste a single second answering those questions. Instead, it tears away another layer of the mystery and reveals something far more disturbing. This isn't just another episode moving the plot forward. This is the moment where Silo reminds everyone why it's one of television's smartest science fiction dramas. Every conversation carries weight. Every revelation changes the way you look at previous episodes. And every scene quietly builds toward a truth that feels bigger than anything we've seen before. By the end of the episode, one thing becomes crystal clear. The greatest prison inside the silo isn't made of steel and concrete. It's the human mind itself. Juliette continues to prove why she's the heart of this series. Even after losing pieces of her memory, she refuses to become a victim. Instead of waiting for answers, she goes searching for them. That determination has always defined her character, and Episode 2 reinforces it beautifully. The more she explores, the more she realizes that she isn't just another resident of the silo. To many people, she's become a symbol of hope, almost a legendary figure whose survival inspired an underground movement waiting for the right moment to act. That revelation feels completely earned because the previous seasons carefully built Juliette into someone people would willingly risk everything to follow. Patrick, Sandy, and Danny each play an important role in showing that resistance is alive, even under constant surveillance. Their willingness to sacrifice their own safety demonstrates just how desperate people have become for the truth. Through their help, Juliette finally begins putting together fragments of what happened before her memory disappeared. She learns that she most likely reached another silo, that the people in power cannot be trusted, and, most importantly, that the memories she believes define her identity may not even be real. That final revelation completely changes the stakes of the story because it raises an unsettling question. If memories can be manufactured, then how can anyone know who they truly are? The emotional core of the episode belongs to Juliette's reunions with Martha and Knox. These scenes are quietly powerful because they aren't driven by action or spectacle. They're driven by genuine human connection. Juliette may not remember the history she shares with these people, but the audience does, making every interaction hit even harder. Harriet Walter once again delivers a phenomenal performance as Martha, balancing tough love with unconditional care. Martha doesn't waste time comforting Juliette with empty words. Instead, she reminds her to trust the instincts that have always guided her. Even without her memories, Juliette's courage and determination remain intact, because those qualities aren't stored inside altered memories. They're part of who she truly is. That message lands perfectly and gives the episode its emotional heartbeat.
I need to tell everyone that it's good outside.
Welcome to The Film Analyst. Spoiler alert. Knox delivers another standout moment by helping Juliette understand how deeply the people of the lower levels care about her. His words also completely reshape the earlier encounter with Shirley. At first, Juliette sees Shirley as another emotional stranger she doesn't remember. But Knox reveals the painful truth behind Shirley's reaction. From Shirley's perspective, the woman she admired most looked directly at her without recognition. That wasn't simply an awkward conversation. It was heartbreaking. It's an excellent example of the show's writing because it allows the audience to experience the same moment from two completely different emotional perspectives. One conversation suddenly carries an entirely new meaning, while the present-day storyline delivers the strongest emotional moments. The before timeline quietly expands the mythology of the entire series. Visually, it's a striking contrast. Gone are the dark metal walls and suffocating atmosphere of the silo. Instead, the world is colorful, open, and filled with life. Yet beneath that beauty, disaster is already taking shape. Daniel discovers that Charlotte's memory loss wasn't caused by her injuries at all. It was deliberately induced by her doctor, giving viewers their clearest look yet at the origins of the memory-altering technology that eventually became one of the foundations of silo society. This revelation is massive because it confirms that manipulating memory wasn't an accidental discovery. It was a calculated project long before humanity retreated underground. The episode also quietly drops another huge clue about the world's collapse. Charlotte wasn't trying to bomb Iran as. The episode also quietly drops another huge huge clue about the world's collapse. Charlotte wasn't trying to bomb Iran, as earlier assumptions suggested. Her real mission involved securing bunker boosters, confirming that construction of the silos had already begun before civilization completely fell apart. That single detail reframes the timeline of the apocalypse. It suggests that powerful people knew catastrophe was coming long before everyone else did, and had already started preparing their own survival. It's exactly the kind of subtle world building that Silo excels at, rewarding viewers who pay attention without slowing the pace of the story. Overall, Silo Season 3 Episode 2 is an outstanding chapter that expertly balances emotional storytelling, character development, and fascinating world building. It doesn't rely on massive action sequences or shocking twists every 5 minutes. Instead, it builds tension through conversations, relationships, and carefully placed revelations that leave you questioning everything you've learned so far. Every answer opens the door to even bigger mysteries, and every character feels increasingly important as the truth slowly comes into focus. If this episode is any indication of where Season 3 is heading, then the journey ahead is going to be unforgettable. The mystery has never been deeper, the emotional stakes have never been higher, and the truth hiding beneath the silo has never felt closer. Thanks for watching.